In this video we will teach you about the alpha log power operative modes, and the main reasons why to set low power or always on operative modes and the consequences of such choice. Alpha log can be set to work in always on power condition. This is suggestible when power consumption is accepted to be high, because the power supply will be always above 12.5 volts and stable. Here an example of the power consumption in always on condition. As you see, it is stable with some peaks corresponding to the modem data sending activity. Otherwise, alpha log can be set to work in a low power mode. This is anyway suggestible when the power arrives from a battery charged by solar panel. Here an example of the power consumption of the system. As you see, it is higher when modem data sending activity is on, but generally lower outside these periods. Saying that, the data delivery rate is the parameter which more influences the average daily power consumption. This parameter can be easily changed, changing the elaboration data delivery time rate, inside elaboration parameters. If we set the always on operative mode, whenever the power is above the first threshold, normally 11.8 volts, Ethernet port, radio modem, and data logger display will be always on. It means that, in such condition, if the connection is by Ethernet or by fixed IP radio modem or router, it will be always possible to access to the data logger, to read real-time values, to upload configuration, to download the data directly, to access the internal web browser to send real-time data to MQTT server. If we set low power operative mode, even above 11.8 volts, Ethernet port and radio modem will be always off, and switched on by the data logger only for the short period required by the data communication process, according to the settled data delivery rules. In this condition, alpha log cannot send real-time data to MQTT server and cannot be reached from the external. It is possible to program the data logger to exit from the low power condition in case of specific events. Starting from both operative modes, when the power supply level drops lower than 11.8 volts threshold, called high power threshold, alpha log will go to run limited operative mode, also called save power mode. Data communication, SMS, email, and MQTT messages and the 3 switched power supply outputs will be deactivated. Below 11 volts threshold, called low power threshold, alpha log will go to a low battery mode, also called sleep mode. Until the power level will return above this threshold, data acquisition and data storing will stop. This status will protect the battery, if any, from the deep discharge condition. To set the power operative mode, open 3DOM, open the configuration and go to System. Here set the operative mode. Set the 2 thresholds in volts. The first is the power threshold low level, to enter in the sleep mode. The second is the high level threshold to enter in the power save mode. We suggest to set 11 and 11.8 volts respectively. In the cases it would be required to exit from the low power and to enter in the always on power mode automatically, it is possible to use the wake up action type. In this example we set a logic called always on, as a timer, every day from 11 to 12 o'clock. And then we jointed this logic to the wake up action. In this way for 23 hours a day we will have our alpha log running in low power mode, but from 11 to 12 o'clock every day, it will be possible to reach him, for example, to access to its web browser. We remind you that it is possible only if we have Ethernet or fixed IP radio modem or router connection. In the case alpha log cannot be reached by the PC, even if connected by Ethernet and the power supply is more than 12.5 volt, one of the possible reasons is because the low power mode is settled. It can be checked. From the main menu, scroll down until Advanced Features. Press Enter. If this message appears, it means that the low power mode is settled. In such case it is possible to exit from this condition by keyboard. Press Escape and go to System. Press Enter. Press Enter to continue. This will exit alpha log from the low power mode. Wait 30 to 60 seconds before to check again the advanced feature. This choice remains active until the next reboot of the system. Watch video tutorial number 6 to learn more about it.